Cardi, what's up? How we doing tonight? Welcome in. Be sure to hit that like button. Miss J, what's up? What's up? How you doing? Just got in. Hopefully you guys are having a great Saturday night. Figured I'd chime in on YouTube on a rare occasion. Glad all is well with you, Cardi. Glad all is well. What's going on? Checking in on YouTube for a brief moment. May hop on TikTok in a little bit after that, depending upon. But how's everybody doing? How's everybody doing first and foremost before we talk pro wrestling? Welcome in, guys. Thank you for hitting that like button. For those making their way in here, definitely, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe. But what's happening? What is going on, world? Anybody catch Collision tonight? It was actually a pretty good show. Finally saw Athena on Collision tonight, which was a good sight. Took down Mercedes Moné. Confronted Jamie Hayter at the end of the show. They made the most of Athena tonight, man. I hope we get to see more of it, honestly. Been asking for that for months now, if not years. What's up, gang? How we doing on this late night, Saturday night? Did you get filtered? You might have, Miss J. I don't know what's with these filters on all these social platforms. But yes, all I saw was topics and the filtered question. But yes, try it again, Miss J. What's going on there? Getting filtered left and right. I don't know. They're trying to censor you. I don't know what that's about. But what's happening? How we doing tonight, guys? What do you want to talk about? Anybody? Again, Collision was a pretty good show tonight. Was hoping Queen Aminata wrestled, but she had an injury angle, so it was Billy Starks taking her place in the main event against Jamie Hayter, which was a very good main event either way. Good show, though. Got to see a lot of fun stuff. I believe Kevin Knight, I believe, signed with AEW now, if you're familiar with him. He's very good. Got to see him live in person last year. Night Pulse, how we doing there? Banana GT, how we doing tonight? Guys, if you're new here, welcome. Hit that subscribe button. I'm not too far off from 800 subs, guys. I'm trying to do it by Tuesday the 1st, so that'd be great. If you're new here and you're not subbed, now would be an awesome time to hit the subscribe button. If you're a pro wrestling fan, way back when or even now, or both. Again, when you make your way in here, hit that like button, guys. Hit the thumbs up. Every one of those count. Again, if you guys haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Road to WrestleMania, less than 20 days, man. So, got a lot to talk about in that regard. Again, Collision was a relatively good show tonight for AEW, which usually Collision, if you miss it, it really doesn't matter. But I thought tonight was a good show. Nas, what's up, my man? How we doing? I guess they have the right to... That was very well played, Miss J. Very well played. Do chats get censored? Yeah, I guess sometimes, Night Pulse. And that's funny. Like, I really don't have any, like, harsh, you know what I mean, filters on or any, like, keywords. So I don't know why things get filtered from time to time. But I do apologize. What's up there? Nothing. What is it? What is this live about? This live is about pro wrestling. All kinds of topics tonight. We're talking the road to WrestleMania. Also, a little bit of AEW Collision. It's not a full review, but if you caught that, I'm willing to discuss it with you guys as well, because I was very excited to see Athena on Collision tonight. Again, I've been waiting for this for a couple of years. She confronted Mercedes Moné, and man, I'm excited. I'm excited for that Mercedes and Athena matchup, which I think is going to be a series. All right, Miss J, sounds great. Thank you for stopping on in here. Great seeing you. Guys, if you're new here, welcome. Hit the subscribe button. If you love pro wrestling, whether you like to talk about WWE, NXT, AEW, it doesn't matter, TNA, we discuss all things pro wrestling. We don't discriminate. So be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, and whatever you guys want to talk about, we can discuss it right here live on YouTube on this Saturday night. But again, WrestleMania, man, it's crazy. Just under 3 weeks away. I'm excited. I don't know about you guys. What are you guys most excited for? Feel free to drop it in the chat. And to be honest with you, we're about 3 full months in 2025, you know? First quarter has pretty much come to a close. So, I mean, what have you guys loved? Maybe what did you guys really care for thus far in 2025 as far as pro wrestling is concerned? I'd love to see what you guys have to say in the chat. You know, usually I do enough talking on here myself, doing reviews on Mondays and Fridays of Raw, of SmackDown, on TikTok. I go live rather often there, where I'm usually holding court. So I want to hear more from you guys and what you guys got to say. Proxy, what's up? Name a car for an edit. That's interesting. Hey, whatever you want to do, man. But if you want to talk pro wrestling, I'd be more than willing to discuss it with you guys here. But again, feel free to drop it in the chat as we get started here on this Saturday night late edition of Turnbuckle Topics. What are you most excited for in wrestling in the first 3 months on the road to WrestleMania? We got 6 matches scheduled. We do know we finally figured out what nights matches are going to take place. We knew Cody and Cena was going to be night 2. We now found out last night on SmackDown that Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins is going to actually main event night 1. We were wondering, was it going to be Jay and Gunther for the world title? Was it going to be Io and Bianca, potentially Rhea for the world title? I'm sure Jay can't believe that his cousin Roman may have taken the main event away from him after even beating Cena in the Rumble, but hey, it is what it is. Roman's always been that big bro type of dude that always seems to get first place in the family out of them growing up, right? They said that's always how it was with him, Jimmy, and Roman. But either way, that's going to be fun. And I think Randy Orton and KO is scheduled for night 1 of WrestleMania. So those 3 matches are scheduled already for certain nights. Stratton versus Flair, Gunther and Uso, and Io, Rhea, Belair are yet to be scheduled on a particular night, right? On a particular night. I'm led to believe Jay and Gunther is still going to be night 1, right? I don't think they're going to... I'd be very surprised if they're going to do Jay and Gunther the same night as Cody and Cena, night 2, unless they open up with Jay and Gunther. I don't know. Maybe they could do that, but I think they do that on night 1. And then the question remains, Tiffany versus Charlotte, and then Io, Bianca, potentially Rhea. Either one of those could be night 1 or 2. So which way are they going to go with that? Something tells me that... I don't know, man. I kind of feel like they may do... At first, I thought they were going to do Tiffany and Charlotte night 2. But maybe... I don't know. Maybe they do Io and Bianca night 2. I'm not opposed to that. A John Cena car. That works for me. That works for me, my friend. Proxy, welcome in. If you haven't already, guys, hit that subscribe button. Welcome in. We're talking a little Road to WrestleMania, little AEW Collision. Going to hang out with you guys for about 20 minutes or so. And until 11:30, probably head over to TikTok, where I know we have a broader audience, because we've been going live on TikTok a lot longer than we have here, just in the new year. But like to, start getting people used to me going live on YouTube as well, other than Mondays and Fridays for Raw and SmackDown reviews. So, but whatever you guys want to discuss, drop it in the chat. In the meantime, I'm going to cue up some music here, and we'll get started in a couple minutes. What's going on, gang? Wiccan, what's up, brother? Let's rewatch the Zelina run-in. Why was she trying to hype up the crowd while fighting? That's actually a great point, Wiccan. I got to rewatch that myself then. Because I'll be honest, when I caught that happening last night, I jumped into the midst of it. So I didn't even notice that. But wow, see. And I love me some Zelina Vega, man. She was trying to hype up the crowd while fighting. That's so odd. I did love the thigh-high boots. I thought they were awesome. But I got to check that out, man. I got to check that out. It's a little odd. A little odd to say the least. Good seeing you there, Wiccan, man. Wow, that's odd. Last night's show was good, though. But that's strange. Do we really think Zelina's the one to take it off Chelsea, though? As much as I would personally love that, I don't know if she's the one, man. I don't know. And is that a Mania? Do you deem that as a Mania-worthy match? I don't know. I don't know, man. Still feel like it's going to be Alba or Piper Niven, one of her stable mates that actually take it off of her. But we'll see. If Zelina does it, I'm here for it. Be here for it. After she took out Piper Niven, she started hyping up the crowd. While Chelsea was going up for pie. Oh wow! All right, I'll have to check that out, man. That's strange. What's up, Val? Val, you gonna be my manager? I think we could work something out there. We'll go up and down the Florida coast, right? Hey, Florida's a great place to make a name in pro wrestling. Hope all is well there with you, Val. Hopefully you're doing better. But yeah, one of these days, got to get back in the ring. Haven't been in the ring since 2019, so prior to COVID. So it's been a minute. All right, glad that you're feeling better. That's great. It's great news. We had a beautiful day here in Jersey, Val. I'll tell you what. I don't know if you spoke to my folks, but today was the best day we've had in Jersey probably since, I don't know, maybe September, October maybe. It was almost upwards of 80 degrees. Beautiful day out here. Beautiful day. Beautiful Saturday. Definitely feels like spring. But although tomorrow it's going to drop back down to the mid-50s, but take what we could get for the month of March. 86? Nice. Awesome. How's the humidity been lately over there? Pretty good this time of year? I can't believe I haven't been to Florida probably since around the last time I wrestled, 2019. Wiccan, she can be your manager in that mixed tag match. Yes, absolutely, Wiccan. Yeah, we're coming for you guys, Wiccan. You better watch out. You and who's it, Julia? Chris, what's up, man? That main event on SmackDown. We're gonna have storms tomorrow. You be careful on those storms there, Chris. Out there in Illinois. Yeah, man. SmackDown was collectively enjoyable last night. I gave it an 8 out of 10. No, it definitely wasn't perfect, but I enjoyed it collectively. Favorite time of year. Awesome. Yeah, this is a great time of year. Really is. Yeah, WrestleMania, again, I was just talking at the top of the live a few minutes back. We finally find out, what matches to a point or what night. Cena and Cody, we know, are night 2, main event. Roman, Punk, and Rollins, main event of night 1. KO and Randy Orton are also night 1. And then the other 3 matches that are scheduled, so there's 6 total. Tiffany and Charlotte, Gunther and Jay, and Io and Bianca, and possibly Rhea after Monday night. We don't know what night they will be. Main event was so great. Roman was so funny. Yeah, that was enjoyable. And again, regardless of how people feel about CM Punk, Chris, you got to give him his flowers, man. At least I think so. Good for him getting his main event opportunity. But Heyman still owes him a favor. I wonder what it is. When is the match message today? No problem, Val. So WrestleMania is, and I'll message it to you, but just putting it out there for everybody in general, for that who doesn't know, WrestleMania now, the last few years, it's 2 nights. So it's April 19th and 20th. So night 2 is actually Easter Sunday. It's in Las Vegas, and that is when we will get the main event on Easter Sunday of John Cena and Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. It's going to be a good one, though. We'll definitely talk about it. Night's title run, bad storylines, bad opponents, or is it Night just not the guy? Wiccan, I'll take not so great storylines into account. Glass half full. I know me and you, Wiccan, aren't the biggest LA Knight guys. Let's put it out there. We know that, but I'll give him that. I'll give him some grace, and we'll see how this second title reign goes, into Mania, whether or not he drops the title or not. And time will tell. By June 1st, by mid-June, we should know if it is the writing team, creative's fault, or if it's the way LA Knight just is. So we'll see. Punk really does deserve it. I really don't care what Seth said. Yeah, I hear you there, Chris. I was going to say that we're... Yeah, I know. I can't believe it's April 1st, Tuesday. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Already starting month 4. Welcome in, guys. If anybody just hopped in here, be sure to hit the like button. Hit that thumb up. Everyone counts. And the other thing I'll ask you guys, I know some of you already are subscribed. If you haven't already, guys, hit that subscribe button. We're about 11 subscribers away from 800. Trying to get that by Tuesday. We'll see. Would like to start off April with 800 subs. But hey, guys, just, again, If you could hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already, would greatly appreciate that. Hang with you guys here a little bit. May hop on TikTok in a little while as well, just to check on that. But, whatever you want to discuss, guys. You want to talk about Road to WrestleMania, what you're looking forward to. Also, AEW Collision, if you caught that tonight. I caught most of it. It was a fun show, actually. It was a better Collision than usual on a Saturday night for good old AEW there. So, good to see Athena confront Mercedes. Athena confronted Jamie Hayter in the main event. After her main event win over Billy Starks. I'm really curious who's going to be the one to take down Athena. And for the first time I saw tonight, I said, I don't know. I don't think they're going to put Jamie Hayter in the world title scene again, at least just yet. Could Jamie Hayter be the one to take down Athena for that Ring of Honor Women's Championship? That's not the worst thing in the world. Now, look, I don't want Jamie Hayter to deal with Ring of Honor for the next year or two like Athena did and disappear from AEW TV. But if it means that Jamie Hayter gets to add another world title to her resume, I think I'm here for it. So, I am intrigued by that confrontation. Appreciate you guys being here. I'm going to hang out, again, at least another 10 minutes. At least till 11:30 Eastern Time. So, hopefully everybody's having a good Saturday night there, guys. Feel free to chime in, drop a comment, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and again, have a safe weekend more than anything. Figured I'd hop on YouTube on a Saturday night, which I rarely do. I'm really only here Mondays and Fridays after Raw and SmackDown. So, I said, why not have a little more of a free-flowing live like I usually do on TikTok. So, whatever you want to discuss. Have a great weekend as well, Val. Great seeing you as always. Thanks for dropping in. We'll definitely talk soon. Talk about WrestleMania, Cena versus Cody. Cody Rhodes and John Cena. Who do you got, Val? I'm going to assume you're going with John Cena, possibly, as the new champion. We'll see. Did you hear about Shotzi? She entered a new... Yeah, Chris, somebody told me that Wednesday. I didn't know. Tuesday or Wednesday, somebody told me about Shotzi, I believe. That's a shame, man. I didn't even look into how long she's out. That injury bug is something when it bites, man. It hit Nikita Lyons twice. It hit Cora Jade twice. It hit Shotzi twice. It hit Tegan Nox a couple times. Dakota Kai a couple times. And I'll tell you, man, whenever you deal with them knee injuries, which most of them had, they really sideline you. They really sideline you. Your boy Johnny, I like it. My opinion of Candice LeRae, is that what you were saying, Wiccan? I like Candice LeRae. I think she packs more of a punch than people give her credit for. Again, she may fall into the Lyra Valkyria category of maybe a little dull or boring or vanilla, but I will say that, Candice LeRae has fight in her. She's not just good in the ring. I think if given the opportunity, she's going to cut a strong promo. I'm not going to say you're going to be wowed by it by any means, but, it's things seeing Indy Hartwell get let go, but I think it was almost a blessing in disguise because it gave Candice a lot more TV time with Nia for a couple months. We haven't seen Candice a lot lately, ever since her loss to Alexa about 3 or 4 weeks ago. But I don't know, man. I think you could do something with Candice in the mid card for the women. I really think she could be a mid card champion one day. I was telling you, she tore ACL February. Yeah, right. That was you telling me, Wiccan. Yeah, it's a shame, man. It's a shame about Shotzi. Speedy recovery. It's the other knee. Okay, so it is the other knee, Chris. Again, I was saying that the other day as well when Wiccan and a few others were discussing Shotzi's knee injury, and it's like, the problem is either you re-aggravate the same knee, or when you're in the midst of rehabbing and just coming back and getting used to wrestling or walking or doing anything in general, you put so much emphasis on that other leg, you know what I mean? That, you want to make sure your injured leg doesn't get hurt or you baby it. And then now you're putting so much strength and daily, tug and pull on that knee that the pressure sometimes is just going to, things pop, rip, tear, slightest move. You don't even got to be doing anything crazy. So it's very disheartening for Shotzi too. She came back a few months ago on NXT. She was supposed to be in the Rumble. Then allegedly, what was it, Nikki Bella who came back? Alexa. Anyway, last minute, one of them were penciled in. I think Alexa had taken Shotzi's spot. And then now Shotzi goes out with a knee injury. That's tough, man. Aaron, what's up, man? For what it's worth, I've read a few rumors that Punk's favor involves Brock. That doesn't make any sense to me. It's first I'm hearing about that, Aaron. Intriguing. I'll keep that in mind. Sean, what's up, my friend? Can't wait for Monday afternoon at 1 p.m. CNN Rose. Yeah, in London, man. London should be fun. Forgot she even came back in NXT. Yeah, nah, she was there for a cup of coffee, man. That Shotzi. Guys, welcome in. If you haven't already, I just asked two things. That you hit that like button. Hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button as well. Trying to hit 800 subs by Tuesday, by April 1st. That'd be great. Alexa's spot, right, Chris? Wiccan to a point. Sorry, guys. Let me get a sip of beverage here. Do I think it's the injury concern that's hampering Cora Jade getting pushed? I think that's why they're a little hesitant, Wiccan. But I think regardless of the injury hampering or not, I don't know. There's too many fish in the sea as far as like there's just too many talented women that I honestly feel like they're just not looking at her like that. As far as, with title or not. As far as like being one of the main focal points of the women's division. Like, yeah, Cora Jade's a notable wrestler in the division, but, nothing that she's really going to, I want to say just move the needle, but she's not at the forefront, let's say. So, yeah. You'll see her from time to time, but I'm not surprised that Cora kind of is where she is in NXT. And it's unfortunate. Two of those injuries that happened to her in the last year really set her back. And in that time, a lot of people stepped up from the PC. Again, as I said, coming in from the NIL program, coming in already established stars internationally, the Stephanies, the Julias, the Zarias, obviously Jordan Grace here in the States. So, excuse me, guys. Where's Nia Jax at? Chris, that's a good question. We haven't seen her in about 3 or 4 weeks. Again, somebody who's probably not doing anything at WrestleMania. And honestly, the real truth is, with a year-round sport like pro wrestling, if they don't have anything for you, whether they write you off an injury or not, injury angle, why not just let them sit home for a little bit? Rest, relax. Not everybody has to be written off in an injury angle like Sami Zayn. If you don't have anything for somebody, I mean, hey, give them the time off. Why waste their time? Why be stressed out about having to pencil somebody in on TV? And as a pro wrestler, you hope, okay, a vacation's nice, but you don't want to be off too long because you want to make sure you're factored into something, and you don't want to hear that at the end of your contract they don't want to re-sign you. So we'll see. But I haven't heard anything about Nia in any other regard. I don't think she's injured. Surprised they haven't put her in a tag team to keep her protected. You talking about Cora there, Wiccan? Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't, obviously her and Roxanne with the best friends type of deal, with Roxanne making her way to the main roster now, but surprised it's not more of like a Sol Ruca, Zarya type of deal for Cora, right? To keep her in a fun tag team type of deal, even in a heel capacity, like you said, to protect her. Makes sense. Yeah, that's a good point though, Chris. Good point. Cora Jade, yeah. So we'll see, man. We'll see what's up for Cora Jade. Look, I hope she has a lot of success. I really do, Cora Jade. But injuries, unfortunately, stunt your growth. And sometimes in a permanent capacity, especially if it's more than one injury. And it's a very pivotal time as far as trying to establish yourself on a brand like NXT that's getting better and better by the day. Again, as I always say, I always tout them. They've been the most consistent episodic show for the last year and a half. That being NXT, more than any show that I watch on a weekly basis, more than a Raw, a SmackDown, a Dynamite, a Collision, a TNA Impact. I haven't watched Ring of Honor in a while, but I'm sure it way far surpasses that. NXT has just been a phenomenal show to watch. Easy to get invested in a lot of characters, whether you're rooting for the underdog or they're an established star that just made their way in and hit the ground running, like Stephanie and Julia and so many others. So ready for next Friday. Yeah, they're in Chicago. Do you think Cedric goes to AEW? Wiccan? I'd be led to believe so. Obviously his wife, Ariel Monroe, did not have the best experience over there in 2020, 2021. Was airing Tony Khan out about a lot of things, Big Swole. But being that MVP's there, Bobby Lashley's there, Shelton Benjamin's there, all of his friends from the Hurt Business, now Hurt Syndicate, quite literally the hottest faction going in the last several months in AEW. He'd be crazy not to get a nice payday and not to join them. And you best believe, even if Tony Khan was up in the air about signing a guy like Cedric, again, MVP is a very important, crucial part to this whole puzzle. MVP will make sure Cedric gets back and they reunite fully. So yes, I'm excited for that. Someone is returning. I can't remember his name. Chris, yeah, are you talking about the debut of Rey Fenix next Friday? Is that what you were alluding to? Plus his buddy Ricochet. Sure. Hey, you remember Wiccan when I know you remember. You have a good memory like myself, but you remember when Ricochet and Cedric tagged for a little bit? I forget if it was either just right before or right after COVID. And Ricochet and Cedric were a good tag team for quite a few weeks. And honestly, they were looking so good together that I thought they could have been tag team champions easily. That was a lot of fun seeing them. Appreciate you guys being here again, guys. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button, all right? Trying to hit that 800 mark by Tuesday, guys. That'd be awesome. So each and every one of you subscribers, believe me, I notice each and every one, and I appreciate all of you. So hit that sub button, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much. Already got 2 or 3 on this live. I'd like to get up at least to 790. I'm turning heel. I just turned on Alexa Bliss for Liv Morgan. All right, 31. Well, hey, look. Well, hopefully Alexa is on TV soon again. And I think a lot of things have been held up with the Wyatt Six because of everything going on with Uncle Howdy. But, I mean, look, I get why you turned on Alexa for Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan you see on a consistent basis. She's a current tag team champion. So you have every reason to feel the way you do. I get that, man. I get that. Wiccan says, I still can't get over Cedric as the masked janitor. Wiccan, I was looking at that clip today because I don't know if you saw it recently too because of the Chris Van Vliet interview. Yes, that was actually a very hysterical angle that they shot with him. Cedric's one of those guys that are just down for the cause. Like, all right, I guess this is what I'm going to do. And, oh, God, who kicked him? Who kicked him in the face? Oh, Drew McIntyre claymored him, right? And that's why when he took the mask off, his mouth was bloodied. That was funny. God bless Cedric, man. Again, I hope he gets some kind of a title reign in AEW, too. We'll see. I could easily see, you know, Bobby and Shelton are the tag team champions now. When they drop, hopefully Bobby's a world champion there, and it's the same dynamic they had in WWE in 2021, where Bobby was the WWE champion, and over there, Bobby should be the AEW world champion one day. The stars align for the right time. And then Cedric and Shelton become tag team champions. Plus, that makes Shelton a 2-time tag team champion in AEW. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Yeah, would Drew try to decapitate him? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. With Shane McMahon, correct. Yeah, I did see that clip this morning, actually, while I was eating breakfast. I was like, that was a nice throwback to a few years ago. That was a lot of fun. Appreciate you guys being here. Again, thank you guys. Hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button. Go ahead and tap that as well. Going to hang here a few more minutes. I was going to get out of here right now, but hell, we got a few of you here. We'll hang for a little bit before I probably make my way to TikTok just before the midnight hour for a little bit. Try to get a little rest tonight. Just turn on Stephanie Becker. No, 31. You ever hear the phrase where they say too soon? Way too soon. I don't think I'll leave Stephanie for at least the duration of 2025. I'd be very surprised, you know, even if come New Year's Eve, if I felt any differently about Stephanie than I do today, going into almost April here. Stephanie's had an incredible 3 months in NXT and longer, you know, since the fall, really. But I'm just dating back to 2025 itself, man. There's a lot of women's wrestlers that I really love over the years, but Stephanie is one I'm watching for. And on the main roster, I'm really excited for the emergence of this new heel, Naomi. I've always been a big-time Naomi fan, and so I'm here for that, man. I really am. The last match I rewatched was that Spear did the Shane. Roman did the Shane. Okay, the last Spear, Roman did the Shane. I really hope we see Alexa tag team with Nikki and the Wyatt Six. Yeah, that's absolutely happening, Chris. There's no way they don't do that. I actually think that's how Alexa's introduced to the Wyatt Six, you know, through Nikki Cross. You know, Sister Abigail, whatever character she's playing now. It makes the most sense. It makes the most sense. And the current they're 3-time tag champs, right? Liv and Raquel? First, I thought they were 2-time, but I think they're 3-time. And then, yeah, then the next 3-time tag champs will then be Nikki and Alexa, because they won twice already, quite a few years back. And I'm trying to remember. Wiccan, I know you got to know this one, man, because you love, you know, you love your Asuka, your Kairis, and I do too. The Kabuki Warriors, are they 2-time or 3-time tag team champions? Because I feel like they're 3, but maybe they're only 2-time. But yeah, maybe all 3 of them are. There's been quite a few multi-time tag champs. I think Sasha and Bailey were, what, 2? There's a lot of 2-time tag team champs. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Alexa join the fray. Again, when the time is right, man, when Uncle Howdy's back on TV, and then obviously we'll see the Wyatt Six after that, Alexa will be implemented in there. Since they can't do that right now, there's no point of having Alexa on TV, because you can't continue to push her on TV and then assuming she's going to get victories and then not find a way to put her on WrestleMania. So if you don't got anything for them, man, you're best to just sideline them till the end of April or till Cinco de Mayo, roughly beginning of May. Why not? You can see profile picture. I love Alexa. Oh, yeah, I see your profile picture there now. Is that a Lily doll she's holding? Lily, man. Is that the new Lily or the old Lily? Is that for when she showed up at the Rumble? But even in that new Lily doll, you saw the 6, right? Representing the Wyatt 6 character. So it makes all the sense in the world. Don't blush, who's more beautiful, Stephanie or Liv Morgan? Oh, man. Liv Morgan, all right. Liv Morgan, I'll say, probably has maybe more of a pretty face, right? Stephanie's got a very serious demeanor. Head to toe, Stephanie, absolutely, head to toe. I take nothing away from Liv either. But, yeah, head to toe, I go with Stephanie for sure. But Liv, I could say, a little more of a prettier face. But both very good looking. They're 31. So it's a win-win. It's a win-win if I ever read one. Let's see. I was hoping for at least a couple of vignettes from Alexa to keep people talking. I get it. But I understand why they had to press pause. Wiccan, they had to press pause. I don't mind them drawing things out in due time for them to eventually all get together, and give us something to just enjoy in the meantime. I think a lot of it has to do with not just them being off TV because of everything Howdy may be going through in the Wyatts, whatever, but I think it's the timing, right? We're on the road to WrestleMania, and now we're a couple weeks away, and so it's weird timing for them to even just show vignettes to keep us intrigued. There's enough going on where we could kind of forget about that right now. I mean, obviously, we're all curious in the back of our minds what's going to happen with Alexa and the Wyatts, but I guess there's enough going on where they don't even want to tamper with that, and they'll probably pick back up with something like that right after Mania. I mean, obviously, you'll probably have Aleister Black to keep busy with on SmackDown, but after that, man, we'll see. I was really hoping Randy would win 15. I hear you, Chris. I was hoping Randy did that sometime in 24. Give Cody a break for a month or two. Then Cody could be a 2-time champ. Then Randy gets the 15, right? That's what happened with Drew in 2020, man. Drew dropped to Randy for a little bit. Randy got to 14. Drew beat him eventually, and Drew got the 2. So that wasn't a bad idea. Just hope they give us a storyline why she's joining. Yeah, I have no doubt that they will, Wiccan. I think they have more than enough to backlog some kind of a story, with her with Bray, and then Howdy being Bray's brother, and then the Alexa and Nikki pass together, 2-time tag champs. There's so much they could build off of, I'm sure. Or even her and Braun Strowman's history to a degree, and Braun was with the original Wyatts, with Redbeard. There's so many ways they could implement that. Have you watched Final Destination movies? No, I have not, 31. I wish they'd take out everyone like they did on Raw. Yeah, that was fun. How about that? What was that? The initial time they did that was what, like late September, early October when they made their debut? It might have been August. Who knows? Time flies. All right, guys, going to hang out with you for a few more minutes. Welcome in. If you just got in here, I think it's collectively the same crew, which is great. Thanks for hanging around. If you haven't already, hit that like button, guys. Smash that subscribe as well. Thank you. Bring back Big and Tiny. Yeah, that was fun. That was a fun Team Little Big, right? Wiccan? Team Little Big was... It's Alexa and Braun. They were fun. Mixed Match Challenge was a lot of fun in 2018. It really was. I think they did it for 2 seasons. You'd have to, after SmackDown Live on Tuesdays, you'd have to go on Facebook Watch, was it? Is Facebook Watch still a thing? Was that just something they were trying out? I don't know. But I remember what I would do. I would watch SmackDown on my TV every Tuesday night, SmackDown Live, 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Time, right? And then I'd hop on my laptop for, I think it was a half hour, like 10 to 10:30 roughly. Go on Facebook Watch, and I think they had 1 or 2 mixed tag matches. And that was how that went. Imagine if we get a double turn between Cody and TD. Yeah, I've read that before, Nas. Hey, look, I'm open to all viable options. That would be a wild scene. I don't know, man. I'm not sold on that happening with Cody at this juncture. But hey, never say never in pro wrestling, man. And in a variety of ways, Cena turning face as soon as April 20th and Cody being the one who turns heel. And maybe as retaining champion. I mean, my God, we could be really onto something. Brings back a lot of memories, Chris. Yeah, Mixed Match Challenge, man. It was a lot of fun. A lot of good pairings they put together, too. R-Truth and Carmella was a lot of fun. I feel like I always forget them when we talk about that. Since Asuka was on her undefeated streak, I was surprised she was part of it. Yeah, that's a good point there, Wiccan. Right, yeah. Yeah, I was surprised she was part of it, too. She was partnered with The Miz, I believe. Mike Mizanin. Welcome in, guys. If you just got here, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. Welcome in, pro wrestling fan, past, present, all that good stuff. And again, I'm probably going to hang here till, I'm going to wrap it up at 11:45, definitely. So I'm going to be here 6-7 more minutes, guys. Chime in on whatever you want to discuss, and then I may hop over to TikTok for a little bit tonight as well. check out that audience for a little bit. All right, all right. What do we got next in the chat? What do we got next? You can see Seth take out Punk next Friday. Okay. Yeah, I mean, to say Seth was incensed would be putting it lightly last night when he heard Punk was going to be, they were going to be featured in the main event. Usually you don't see somebody upset when they're going to be in the main event of WrestleMania, but, Seth finding out that Punk is going to hit his first WrestleMania main event ever, and Seth is involved in that match, Seth was like, no, you can't do this type of deal, you know what I mean? So, I don't think it will ever get old. The whether you like Seth or Punk or whatever, the disdain Seth Rollins has for CM Punk, I don't think will ever get old. Because the same disdain he had last night on SmackDown was the very same way he felt about Punk during his return in Chicago, November of 2023 at Survivor Series, right? War Games. So, and that was basically a year and a half ago, damn near. So, I mean, they're going to be in Chicago next Friday too. Friday Night SmackDown. Should be interesting. Wiggins says, I know we talked about it yesterday, but I still can't believe Kelly's young into Charlotte. Yeah, I know, it is wild. Like I said, she retired in her mid to barely late 20s, right? Yeah, more so mid 20s. So, Seth was not happy, Chris. Just saw Kyrie saying video, she's getting hotter. Yeah, if you're talking about the one, from yesterday, 31, with her and, what was her name? The girl from, now she's in TNA. Yeah, I forget her name, but the Chinese superstar. They were working out or whatever together. I know exactly what you're talking about. And yeah, Kyrie Sane, man, she is smoke show for sure, man. All right, guys, gonna hang out for 5 more minutes. We're discussing all things Road to WrestleMania. If you watch Collision tonight again, I'll be more than happy to talk about that with you as well. I love Athena, so she was on there twice. Finally, out of the Ring of Honor Club service obscurity, and was showcased on an actual TNT episode of AEW Collision. She confronted Mercedes. Then later in the night, she confronted Jamie Hayter. Thought it was great. Yeah, Wiccan. I don't know if it was on Instagram, but it was definitely on Twitter or X. Kyrie Sane posted a brief video and a brief picture. And a picture, not a brief picture, but a brief video and a picture yesterday, post-workout. Oh, when do we see R-Truth see Cena as heel? He tweeted out about it as well. Yeah, Chris, one thing that's got to be for sure, we don't know if Cena's going to get to 17. We don't know if he'll do it as a heel, as a face. Will it happen at WrestleMania number 17 there? Will he get it done at his last show in December? Who knows? But one thing we can assure ourselves is that Cena and R-Truth have to have a moment, even if it's backstage, doesn't have to be in the ring or anything like that, where Cena approaches Truth, or vice versa, while he's a heel. We got to have the encounter. Even if it goes completely south, it's got to happen. I think it's got to happen. I think we all would attest to that. You can't not do that. I mean, look, R-Truth may be older than John Cena, but he grew up watching John Cena and was inspired by him thoroughly to become a professional wrestler. So you guys know the deal. Welcome in, guys. If you haven't already, hit that like button, all right? Hit the subscribe. What are we waiting for? I'm not going to send you an invoice. Subscribe. Want to hit 800 by Tuesday, April 1st. We're almost there. Think we could do it. Tell a friend to tell a friend, all right? They like pro wrestling now. They used to like pro wrestling 25 years ago. Send them my way. We'll have fun. I'm out of here in 3 minutes, guys. If you have me on TikTok, I'll probably head over to TikTok Live. Probably around, I don't know, a little before the midnight hour. Hang there probably for an hour or so. And then perhaps I should get some rest. Is Braun having a match at Mania? Yeah, absolutely. The IC title, presumably, what we've seen the last week, will probably be against Penta and then possibly Dom and Finn in a fatal 4-way. It's collectively been the guess of most. How will that end up? Who knows? But it could be a lot of interesting outcomes. I don't think it's as simple as Braun retaining or necessarily Penta winning. Who knows? This could be Dom's time. On NXT, who do you see dethrone Shawn Spears? At this moment, not just because it's like the current thing, but I'll be honest. Well, first I want to say this, Wiccan. I want to see Shawn Spears actually have a lengthy title reign. He only won it, 2-3 weeks ago? So I want Spears to at least hold the title. He's held it since early March. I want to see him defend it successfully at Stand and Deliver. So I want to be very clear here, even if it's against Ricky Starks, Ricky Saints. I do think it probably will be against the guy like Ricky Saints. That's my number one guess, not just because that's the current, feud where we're headed to, which I love their segment Tuesday on NXT. I think I mentioned that. But yeah, I hope Spears holds the title, man, until at least like, I don't know, May or June. At least the duration of the spring, because Spears is gonna be great with that title. He really is, and he's gonna be just as impactful, if not more, outside of the ring than in the ring. From segments like we saw Tuesday with Ricky Starks, the promos he's gonna cut, how he's gonna come across as this pompous champion, leader of the Culling, this new faction, with Brooks Jensen, Izzy Dame, and I forget the other gentleman's name. So I'm here for it. Who do you think will dethrone Oba Femi in NXT? Good question, Chris. That's a really tough one. That's even more difficult than the Spears question, man. Again, he's only held the title for not even 3 full months. Him and Julia. Obviously, Julia was dethroned a couple weeks ago to Steph, but Oba and Julia both won the title on January the 7th. So yeah, man, he's barely on a 3-month mark. Now I don't know if he loses at Stand and Deliver. We think we may get a triple threat with Javon, Trick, and Oba. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I think it's even if Javon were to have a really good shot at Stand and Deliver, and if he is behind this whole Dark State faction, and even if he got help from them, all that being said, two things. I think it's too soon for Oba to lose, and I also think it's kind of too early for Javon to win, if that makes any sense. And I like Javon Evans. I think he's fantastic. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Spears was saying he came to NXT was to wrestle, but also give guidance in the back. Yeah, Wiccan. I mean, he's giving great guidance behind the scenes, and he's honestly doing fantastic work in front of the camera as well. I got to take my hat off quite literally to Sean Spears because he's been doing good stuff. He really has. He really, really has. Who's now at? Chris, do you mind rephrasing that? Who's now at what? This point right now, as far as what? What are you saying there? Head out of here in 2 minutes, guys. Thanks for rocking with me these last 45 minutes. It's been fun, as always. Rare YouTube live appearance on a Saturday, but nonetheless enjoyable. I was just talking about Oba. Yeah, who's now at this point? Yeah, talking about Oba. So what do you mean? Who's now at this point, right? I was just trying to read your comment. It was as far as what you're saying about Oba. Again, Oba, I don't think should lose to anybody at Stand and Deliver. I think he should hold the title again. I would have him hold the title up until almost SummerSlam. To be honest with you, what's the rush to bring him to the main roster? He's gonna thrive there. But there's just so much going on in the main card, in the mid card, on the main roster. So I let Oba be a long-time champion down there and in NXT. I don't know you even use the word down there anymore because NXT's gotten so good. I'll say over there. And yeah, again, I'd have Spears hold the title till May or June, and I'd have Oba hold it till about August. Why not? What did I have for dinner? I had some Thai food. It was really good. Every couple of months, we like to treat ourselves to some Thai. I usually like to have a pineapple, rice, chicken type of dish. They throw some veggies in there, all kinds of veggies, carrots, peppers, onions, all that. It was good. Think he breaks NXT record to me. Why not, Chris? I agree. By the way, who holds the NXT record? I feel like that's a stat I haven't looked up in a very, very long time. But yeah, hell, that's what I'm saying. What's the rush with Oba Femi to bring him to the main roster? Why not let the ruler rule, right? What's he look like being called the ruler and he holds the title for 3 months? Let him do his thing. Why not? A guy like Oba, I'd rather see somebody like Oba hold the title for one long, lengthy reign than to hold it 3 different times. Because then you beg the question, okay, this guy won it 3 times, but how did he lose it all those times too? Instead, I'd rather have him see him have one very lengthy reign. Realistically, do you see Lexis King getting an actual title this year or next year? So I won't completely rule it out, Wiccan. Anything can happen, but if I was a betting man, no. I don't Again, I like Lexus King. I think he's grown a lot in the ring and character-wise the past year being on NXT. But, he held that cup for a little bit. Or who holds the cup now? Does he still have it? No, he dropped it, right? I forget. I can't even keep up with some of the stuff over there. But anyway, outside of him holding that cup for a bit, yeah, I don't think he wins a title in any regard, in single and tag, nothing, in 2025. But we'll see, man. We'll see. I think Lexus King is going to be one of those guys who continue to improve year after year without having much to show for it as far as like championships. But hey, he's doing his thing. He's doing his thing. You don't know who holds the NXT longest reigning title, Chris? No problem. All right, guys. Well, look, I got to tell you this. It's been a lot of fun the last 45 plus minutes. Thank you for being here. If you haven't already, hit that like button, guys. I know most of you have. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I know I only mentioned it 8 times, but hey, if you already subscribed, thank you. Just got to make sure I get everybody involved as much as I can. I'm going to head over to the TikTok in a little bit, probably around midnight, 10 minutes or so for a little bit. So again, guys, thank you for hanging with me here. I will definitely be back here Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time, and we're going to discuss a full review of Monday Night Raw. Again, guys, appreciate you being here, and take care. Talk to you soon. Hopefully I see most of you over on TikTok at Turnbuckle, TOPIX, in a few minutes. Take